In a world where PJ goes out of town for almost 2.5 weeks, I am left to my own devices, and Lindsay approves of almost nothing I say.
Yeah, but that's true when PJ's here.
I know. And I'm still somehow employed.
You know how to work the wiry things.
Yes, I have developed a situation that you cannot find your way out of. So, in light of me coming up with stupidity and still getting away with it, I had an idea for this week's podcast.
Wait, but first I have a question for you.
Yes. What is it?
Never mind. Go ahead.
Okay. All those years of us growing up watching TV and cartoons and sitcoms, live action and movies and whatnot, all those years have put all kinds of crazy, bizarre characters into our brains, and you and I bring them up fairly often.
It's true.
Yeah. So I was wondering if we should talk about who amongst these characters would we not camp with.
I mean, the second the words left your lips, I was like, yes, let's talk about that for as long as we can.
We might be able to get away with this without PJ here.
This is such a great idea. And yeah, maybe not the most informative podcast, but you know what? Screw it. It's funny.
There we go. Welcome to the RV Small Talk podcast, where we talk about lightweight trailers, truck campers, and the people, places, and cartoons that go right along with them. We are your hosts from Princess Craft RV. I'm Clint.
And I'm so excited.
Yes. And no PJ here today, which is why it is going to be like diving into the Looney Tunes, the Bizarro bin. I digress. We have show notes for every other episode that is way more useful, has information and stats and figures. All those episodes that have good content can be found at rvsmalltalk.com.
If you want to know what trailer is best for you, if you want to know what trailer you can tow, this is not the episode for you, but we have those episodes at rvsmalltalk.com.
Absolutely.
We also have a really fun rally. It's actually going on next week, but we put it on twice a year. So if you are interested, any trailer, anywhere you bought it from, TexasTinyTrailerRally.com for information on that.
Look it up. And just as a personal thing to throw out there, are you ready to get personal?
I was about to say, how personal? What'd you have for breakfast?
Nothing, actually. In my boss's absence, I actually did some work. And I thought the listeners might want to know that we have a YouTube channel for the dealership, Princess Craft, and we released a new video. It's been a while. So PJ has a new walkthrough video on a 2023 Tab 400 out on YouTube. It's free to watch. Just look it up and watch it. Click.
How'd that go again?
Click. Okay, I'm tired of me. Let's talk about characters and whatnot. Okay, so here's the scene. But since it's TV shows and sitcoms and
imagine
movies,
a world.
In a world.
In a world.
The scenery can change, but the setting is you're going camping or you are camping, and these characters are along with you or you happen across them. It doesn't matter how you end up in this camping situation, but you're camping, and these characters are there. Who comes to mind first? What's going on here?
As people you want to camp with, people you don't want to camp with. Okay.
I think we approach this differently. You have a list of who I want to and who I don't want to. And I'm over here just like throwing down characters and shows. Yeah, like, let's talk it out.
We can talk out all of them, but you definitely organized it differently than I did. So I think one of us should go through our list and then the other person should go through our list.
Okay.
Or do you want to go back and forth? We should have talked about this before we pushed record.
I think that if you bring up anything, we're still going to have some back and forth. Go for it.
Okay. The Jetsons was the very first thing that came to mind.
Really?
Why? I don't know. I didn't even watch that much Jetsons, but I could just imagine being in a forest, like camping, wilderness, off grid, and then like you have the Jetsons there. Like, what is their idea of camping and like how futuristic
because they don't live a terrestrial life anyways. They live
in space, right?
And they have that car that goes or something like that.
That was
right?
good.
I used to be better. In middle school, I practiced that way too much because I was lonely. At any rate, so yeah, the Jetsons, I think that they would have some really cool tech that would possibly ruin the experience.
Yeah, right. No, exactly. But it would be fun. And I think that their tech wouldn't actually now like be tech. But I don't know. I would just want to see like what kind of weird pod they would be camping in.
Sure.
And like what they would do for entertainment, and just like the visualization of like Rosie like going through like forest trails cracks me up. So
here's another thing. They actually did episodes with the Jetsons where they went back in time and met up with the Flintstones.
Shut up. I didn't even watch that many. That much.
Yeah, so there's crossover episodes because they're all Hanna-Barbera or whatever cartoon characters. So I think that they did some crossovers. So maybe we could watch those and find out what it actually would have been like for them.
Okay, what about David the Gnome?
Okay, I don't know how many people watched David the Gnome, but I will say I watched David the Gnome, and what a fantastic... I don't know. It was a beautifully done cartoon. And he's a gnome, and he and his wife lived in the forest.
He's just like the friendliest, cheeriest, like sweetest man. And he's also telepathic, and he's also a vet, and he can like fix animals, and he can like fix problems. I just feel like they'd be a fantastic resource, and they're so teeny tiny.
How could you go wrong with bringing living full of what a gnome is, living gnomes with you? Because you always think the traveling gnome. Yeah. Gnomes in a garden. Gnomes are outdoor beings.
He knows like what plants you can eat.
Yeah.
I mean, he would just be such a great resource. And he has a fox named Swift. So who wouldn't want to camp with a fox who knows telepathy?
If you haven't seen David the Gnome, go to YouTube, find yourself some David the Gnome, and it's so wholesome.
It's like early 80s. I think it was Canadian.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that one bit.
But it's just the sweetest. Like even the conflicts are not conflicts. But I want to camp with David the Gnome. The next one was Kurt's suggestion. He said Yogi and Boo Boo, duh. And I was like, okay, but wouldn't they just eat all your food?
They would take all your picnic baskets.
That's what I say, Boo Boo.
And they get you in trouble with every daggum forest ranger.
Everyone.
Like that would be super problematic.
But Kurt had a good point. He said, no, I want to go camping with them because they would get all the food. They would know how to get the food.
I watched a lot of episodes and I didn't actually see them share the food with anyone but the two of them.
That's because we weren't there camping with them.
I don't know. I mean, iffy. If it worked out the way he says, then maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Give me some of yours.
Oh, we're not done with your list.
Hey, you put I was like, your list is the same as mine, but that's my list.
Yeah, that's your list.
I know, but... Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going because they're all good.
One of my favorite shows when I was a kid was Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Sully was my first crush.
I believe it.
So I would definitely camp with Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman and Sully.
I wanted Sully's tomahawk and I wanted his wolf dog.
Yes, his dog.
Those two things made the show for me.
The dog's names. Yeah, those two things and all the fringe on his jacket and his long hair. Okay. All right, focus, Lindsay. I am having a moment.
Oh, my.
But once again, what great resources. Okay. I mean, they could literally, he's a Native American. He could do anything.
Well, actually, he wasn't Native American.
Well, he was raised Native. He knows.
Okay, there you go.
I mean, he was adopted.
Yes. Okay, fine. He was assimilated?
He's not blood, but...
Here's the deal. They lived so pioneery anyways. I mean, now maybe they wouldn't want to go camping because it's their daily life. Maybe they would be all like, come on, take me to your modern times. I hear there's this thing called air conditioning.
Okay, but... You're right. They live in old times. They're kind of camping all the time. But that doesn't mean I want to camp with like... the people from Little House on the Prairie, because I don't.
Oh, no. They're on my list. Let's go ahead and jump there. Little House on the Prairie.
Serious?
Hell yeah.
I don't want to camp with them whiny people.
Are they all whiny?
They're so all whiny.
See, I'm actually a little bit more familiar with the books than the show because I never, truth be told, never watched the show, but I have read through some of the books with my daughter.
I did the books and the show when I was a kid, and I don't want to camp with them.
Okay. I was thinking they know their stuff. and they're survivors.
They probably do, but if we're going pioneer times, I'm taking Dr. Quinn and Sully and the wolf.
I mean, she is a medicine woman.
She's the medicine woman.
Yeah, the family from Little House on the Prairie, they actually had to keep on going to find it. Go fetch the doctor from town at night in the rain, right?
Barefoot.
Yeah, it kept on happening over and over again.
Mary kept getting the smallpox.
Mary.
Her name wasn't Mary. That's Little Women.
Oh, there's another thing I didn't really spend much time with. Okay. All right. Your next one. What's the next one?
In all caps, the entire cast of Gilmore Girls, because
you're gonna have to explain this one to me because I have no bearings on it.
I am obsessed with this show because the characters are so character-y. Everybody has their like role in the town, and they're all so intense, like way more intense than real people.
Well, that's what makes a good show, right?
Yes, but I want to go camping with all of them, and I can't really explain it except for that I love the show and I want to go camping with them.
Just so you can be in the midst of it?
Yeah, and anybody who's seen the show, can you imagine like Kirk going camping? Come on, it'd be awesome.
I'm gonna have to take your word for it. I don't know who Kirk is.
I know. Okay, my next one, Buffy.
The Vampire Slayer?
Yes.
Yeah, but don't problems like find her all the time?
Yeah, but she slays them every time.
Yeah, but it's really stressful up until the moment she slays them, right?
But spooky stuff happens when you're camping, and I want Buffy.
Okay, spooky stuff doesn't typically happen when I go camping, and if I brought her, it would.
It would be like, no, I'm not backing down from this one. I want Buffy.
Okay. I'm not on that camping trip, by the way.
Pete and Pete.
Okay, so this is a show from the heyday of Nickelodeon after school programming,
and it's not a very famous one, but I had to put it on here because it's one of my favorite shows. I have a tattoo of one of the characters from the show on my leg, and his name is Artie.
No kidding.
And he's You joking?
I didn't put that together.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I didn't put it together.
Clint.
My synapses don't fully fire, yo.
I have Artie tattooed on my leg.
Okay.
He's the strongest man in the world.
I had no idea that this show had such an impact on you.
Yes, I love this show, and I love the idea of Artie because he is a superhero, but he looks like a scrawny little nerd, but he's actually the strongest man in the world, and he has really good values when it comes to friendship and teamwork, and I just love what he stands for. So you weren't just like passive jamming out when I put on the Pete and Pete theme song earlier. I was playing around. It showed up in my feed. I played it and I thought this would get a giggle. No, I know that song by heart. Oh, yeah. That's so funny that you just figured this out, Clint. I feel like we're so close and like we're so far. Like
I know.
It's okay. It's all right.
We'll reestablish those bridges.
All right. Okay. Move on.
I'm about to get upset.
Ones I don't want to camp with. I don't want to camp with Ernest.
Ernest P. Worrell? Ernest P. Worrell.
Miak.
Miak. He killed a gremlin with Miak.
I don't want to go camping with Ernest. He's annoying as hell.
Man.
And Clint loves him so much. I just can't.
He's so good-hearted, though. Like, he's so good-hearted.
I can't look at his face.
Okay, hike behind him.
He's annoying. It's like he's like the Pauly Shore of the 90s.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
okay, when you put it in that light, I'd still camp with Ernest, but not with Pauly.
I'd rather camp with Pauly Shore than Ernest.
This is the difference between you and me.
Are we showing our age gap here?
Yeah. Okay, well, who else?
I would not camp with the Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh, no. I agree with you there.
I feel like it would be the messiest, loudest, just kind of smorgasbord.
So frustrating.
It's just like, I don't want any of that.
So frustrating.
This one made me laugh because my dad loved this show. I would not camp with Tim the Toolman Taylor.
But what about anyone from the show? Because
I'd camp with the neighbor.
Neighbor, yes.
Yeah.
Why can't I remember his name right now? But yes,
I'd camp with neighbor. But like this guy is how I feel like you feel about Buffy. Like I feel like Tim Taylor just creates problems that aren't there, and he is dangerous. And I don't trust the
yeah. But
man.
Al, what about Al from the show?
Yeah, I'd camp with Al. I feel like he's like vanilla ice cream, you know?
Okay, but good-hearted guy.
Yeah,
Probably more capable than.
definitely more capable.
Okay, but what about his wife? She was always super practical.
Yeah, still vanilla ice cream.
Okay, now you're of the age. You're now of the age.
I of the age.
Did you think any of those boys were cute?
Oh yeah, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Yes,
Simba?
absolutely.
Okay, so
100%.
So, would you camp with Jonathan Taylor Thomas then or now?
I actually haven't seen a picture of him recently. So
I think he disappeared from the spotlight.
You know that? I'd camp with JTT.
Okay.
Yeah, you know me.
Okay,
that's a different song. Okay, the A-Team. I feel like chaos follows them. I feel like they are loud and destructive, and I do not want them anywhere near my campsite. Do I love the show? Yes. Do I want to go camping with them? Absolutely not.
Okay. I think you would camp in an area that would allow you to go to an A-Team event and then go back to your campsite.
What do you think the A-Team would camp in?
The van.
Like all of them?
No.
Okay. The Animaniacs?
Yes. I think this is an interesting one.
I know, but it came to my mind because I guess like the chaos thing started rolling with the Beverly Hillbillies and then Tim Taylor, A-Team. And then I was just like, Animaniacs, but maybe one of them.
Yeah. Because surprising enough, they're really smart.
They're very smart. They're very witty.
Yeah.
They could get you out of any predicament.
But they love putting you into any predicament. Like that's their shtick, is to put someone else into a predicament.
And they just have the biggest pants and no shirt.
There's that. Okay, in the same vein, and this is one that you just reminded me of. Most people don't know this cartoon, but Freakazoid.
I remember Freakazoid.
Oh, I loved Freakazoid.
Oh, I don't remember much about it, but I can picture him. He had black
Freakazoid,
spiky hair.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
Also, don't camp with him. Don't do it.
Yeah. So were the cartoons back then just I guess cartoons are just chaos in general, but
yeah.
Yogi and Boo Boo weren't chaos. The Jetsons weren't chaos.
No, that was a different era.
But yeah, all of the 90s cartoons are just, how much chaos can we create? Right. I don't want to camp with any of them.
Fair enough.
Okay. My last one that I'm not going to camp with is the opposite of chaos, and that's Napoleon Dynamite. I don't want to camp with Napoleon Dynamite.
I think I could think of people in my sphere that would, and they would regret it, but I wouldn't because I could see that coming.
He'd be needy and whiny.
God.
Okay, what do you think Napoleon Dynamite would camp in? Like if he rolled into a campsite, what would he be camping in? Like a 19...
Well, I don't think he would roll in. I think he would fly in because he would go off a sweet jump on his bicycle.
With like an old Shasta.
Yeah.
A rusty Shasta.
Yeah. And his uncle would haul it out there for him. I heard his uncle finally got a pro football career.
With his Astro van?
Yeah. No to Napoleon Dynamite.
No, I don't want to camp with you. All right. I'm excited to hear your list.
Okay. All right. From my classic sitcoms list, and we can debate these because I just thought of sitcoms and characters, and I didn't actually put if I wanted to camp or not. So we got to talk these out.
All right.
Okay. The cast from Gilligan's Island.
A show that I didn't watch a lot. All I know is that I didn't like any of the females on this show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Any particular reason?
I just found them all annoying.
Cringy?
Yeah.
Okay.
But...
Because they were so stereotypically written.
Yeah. I mean, it's not their fault. But I mean, I wouldn't camp with Gilligan.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's Eunice?
Eunice, she is the multimillionaire wife.
Oh, okay. Who's Roy? Oh, the professor. Okay.
And the choice, the obvious choice here is the professor.
Yeah.
If you're going to camp with anyone from that cast, I think it's the professor.
Who's Thurston?
Thurston is the multimillionaire.
Oh, okay.
Who supposedly was, before being a multimillionaire, was a multi-billionaire till something went awry. So, yeah. Anyways.
In the show or in real life?
In the show.
Okay.
How the character was written. So I would say of the cast of Gilligan's Island, I don't need that mess, but the professor seems level-headed and useful.
Yeah, because they've done this before.
Yeah.
They're on an island.
Yeah.
For 3 whole days?
3-hour tour.
3-hour tour.
That lasted many seasons. Ooh, I didn't think of this one, but what about MASH?
See, another show I don't really know. I mean, I know some of the main characters.
Okay, yeah, I fell asleep watching it at my grandparents' house. They always watched it when I was a kid growing up, and I was on the floor falling asleep, and they'd carry me to bed. So I don't remember much from it. So let's move on. Okay. Okay. What about Batman and Robin?
Wait, those are the only 2 characters from Batman I get to choose from?
No, go ahead. Expand your scope. Would you camp with Poison Ivy?
I've actually done that before. Believe it or not, she came home with me and everything. Ugh. I'd probably camp with Batman.
Yeah. My thing is they would bring the coolest gear.
Yeah.
Like you never know what tool they'd be popping out and like zip lining and all kinds of stuff.
So what would Batman camp in? A Ross monster?
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, if you don't know what a Ross monster is, look it up.
That's what Batman would camp in.
Yeah. Or Earth Roamer.
Or Earth Roamer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think that he would tow behind a Vorshir for Robin. I think that would make sense. That would totally, and they'd show up on their e-bikes.
No, they would fly.
I think we could actually build this out.
Yeah,
I think the Batman Robin thing actually has something to it that you could build out and make a story.
What if we made a show where we take characters and have a show where they're camping? One episode could be Batman and Robin camping, and one episode could be, oh my gosh, I would watch that show.
We should script that out.
Yeah, we should.
I have no time to make this.
Okay, right now we're doing this though.
All right.
Get Smart. I never saw Get Smart.
Get Smart.
You're going to have to talk this out by yourself.
Okay.
Is that the one with the talking car? That's Knight Rider.
No, that's Knight Rider.
Okay. Who's Get Smart?
Get Smart. Maxwell Smart. He's a buffoon of a secret agent. But he's always...
like Mr. Bean?
Yeah, kind of along those lines, except for he talks and you kind of wish he wouldn't. And they had all these weird gadgets that didn't work, like the shoe phone, the cone of silence and all that. So you could sit across from each other as close as you are to me, and this thing would lower from the ceiling and you couldn't hear them talk, and they couldn't hear themselves talk ever. They always tried to use it. They couldn't hear themselves. So it's cone of silence. Anyways, completely useless as human beings, except for maybe Agent 99, who was Maxwell Smart's, I guess she became his wife in the show. However, she was the one who was like always bailing this buffoon out. Well, and I think that she again would be smart and useful and not burn the campsite down.
So this is like the opposite of Batman. Like has all the gadgets, but they don't work.
Yeah, this is the buffoon of the 007 world.
Oh, okay.
It's totally based off of that. It's a spoof. It's kind of like you have Star Wars and you have Spaceballs. It's kind of like that sort of thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to see this now.
You're welcome.
Bewitched or I Dream of Jeannie. I would totally 100% camp with Bewitched over I Dream of Jeannie.
I am with you on that. What was the name of that actress?
I don't know.
Sometimes I can remember, sometimes I can't. And I will say, when my parents were watching Bewitched on Nick at Night, way young, I thought she was beautiful.
She is.
Montgomery. I can't remember the first name. Anyways, I thought she was. So
you're going to camp with her?
Well, now that I'm a married man, no. But I do think she would be a better person to have around the campsite. She's pragmatic. Even when she was trying not to use her special witch powers, she was good at stuff.
You don't have to carry that dang bottle with you.
There, yeah. And the blondness that Jeannie was, because Jeannie was blonde.
She was blonde.
Such a ditz. Okay.
Little House on the Prairie you have here next. That's a no from me. If it was anybody from Little House on the Prairie, it would be the dad.
Yeah.
Because he's the least tiring.
Yeah.
But he also, he's tiring as well. I'm not a fan of that show.
Okay. Full House.
I thought of Full House too. And I started thinking about all the characters. Okay. Like Uncle Jesse would be useless.
Okay. Fair enough. Yes.
All the guys would be useless. I'm taking Kimmy, the neighbor.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. They would all... I'd take Joey because he would at least... Joey, is that his name? No, that's from Friends.
Uncle Joey?
Uncle Joey. That was his name. Yeah, I would take Joey.
Okay.
Because he would make me laugh, at least.
Yeah, good guy. And I thought Danny Tanner was a fairly good guy. But I don't know that I want to take him.
Oh, my God. He would be the worst. He'd give you life lessons on how to...
If I wanted entertainment... I would take the youngest daughter because she's the, you got it, dude.
Oh.
She'd be entertaining. She could come hang out with my kids.
The Olsen twins?
Yeah. Well, the character that they played. The one character they both played.
They both played?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought about this too.
I think if I was like, I'll bring a friend along for my kids to have around, that's a cool kid.
Yeah, but so is Uncle Joey. He's just a big old kid and he can do voices and stuff.
Well, he can totally come.
He can come too?
Yeah.
Cheers. Ooh. Another show I didn't watch a lot. I know the kind of the characters.
Okay, so...
Speaking of Cheers, did you know the mailman from Cheers has a little guy Max?
He does. And did you know that he is going to be at Elkhart for a day? We're gonna see if we can meet
What's his name?
Ooh, what is his name right now?
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Man, he's done a lot. He's been a voice actor for so many Pixar films.
The pig in Toy Story.
Yep, the truck in Cars.
That's right, Mac, the truck. What is his name? This is going to make Richard.
No, that's wrong.
Okay, stop talking.
Guys, look this up and treat yourselves to some knowledge because we're apparently not working.
Cartoons.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Let's go back to Cheers.
Cheers.
Who would you camp with on Cheers?
The mailman for sure.
The mailman that we don't know his name.
Yeah, but also Norm.
Norm. Mm-hmm. Well, because Norm is
he's just so normal.
The vanilla ice cream?
No, he's those two characters had great one-liners and this weird insight. And yet they were... The nice thing about Cheers is everyone was kind of a lead character, and yet there were lead characters, and those two guys weren't lead characters. But they were good dudes with intellect that just showed up here and there.
What would he camp in?
Which one?
Norm.
Oh, I think that he would show up in a well-used, I don't know, Class B or a really well-used Class A. Not new.
I can totally see that.
Not new.
No, but broken in and...
Yeah. It probably has a Barcalounger in it.
Yeah, but the Barcalounger has cracks in it.
Yeah, it stains.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'll be a real scruffy, slow-moving dog with him.
But so comfy.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I think the mailman would show up in something a little bit more like one of the larger teardrops or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, I think he would.
Because he owns one in real life?
I think it works. It's weird. I think it makes sense.
You chose the one he actually owns?
I think in my mind it actually totally makes sense. I hope he shows up wearing his
mailman uniform? I bet he's so sick of that.
He's got to be.
Cartoons.
Yeah, it's Smurfs.
Ugh, annoying.
Yeah, super annoying. But gosh, they're really good and handy.
They're good at teamwork.
Yeah.
So you got a numbers thing going on.
It's a little weird that there's only one female.
That's always
I would be concerned I'd step on them.
How big are they really? Are we talking like this big?
Yeah, maybe less than that. I think that they're only a few inches tall.
Really?
Yes.
So what's bigger, a Smurf or David the Gnome?
David the Gnome.
Is bigger?
Yeah.
Because of the pointy hat?
Because I think he looks eye to eye with a squirrel. And whereas the Smurfs are running away much smaller than a house cat. What, Gargamel's cat?
It's so funny that we're talking about this. G.I. Joes absolutely 100% would not go camping with any G.I. Joe.
Is that on the same wavelength as the A-Team? Like, there's too many explosions?
Well, I don't need that masculine male energy.
There's female G.I. Joes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Are they called G.I. Janes?
No, but I do think that that's the notion behind the script of G.I. Jane.
Oh, well, I don't want to go camping with G.I. Joe.
Okay. Well, if there is a G.I. Jill, would you?
They'd just be like, let's blow some stuff up.
I love the smell of pyro in the morning.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to go camping with G.I. Jane either.
No? Okay.
We're so judgy.
Judgy?
I mean...
Are you judging?
I'd hang out with them.
Are you prejudging?
I just don't want to camp with them.
Oh, okay. All right. What about the Transformers?
No.
Well, see, here's my deal.
No, I'm out.
What if your Transformer is your RV? Yeah.
Damn.
Mind blown. Yeah, I don't know.
But then it like can talk to you. Do you want your camper to talk to you? Do you want your camper to have opinions? Just be like, hey, you're camping. You should probably go outside now.
Get out.
Shut up.
Okay, Inspector Gadget.
Hell yeah.
Yeah?
And Penny.
I'd be for Penny and her dog.
What is the dog? Brain.
Yeah, Brain. Penny and the Brain. What?
Is that right? No.
I think it is Brain. I think she named her dog Brain. I digress. I'm not sure I could handle the inspector.
Oh, I would. He's like Uncle Joey with gadgets attached to his body. I'm all about it. I mean, he does kind of have that chaotic thing, but not like...
He's the cartoon version of Maxwell Smart to me.
Oh.
He needs...
His stuff worked, though.
Oh, I mean... Accidentally, so.
No, his stuff worked. I would totally camp with Inspector Gadget. What about the Looney Tunes?
Yeah, the Looney Tunes. Just go across them. What do you think?
No.
Elmer Fudd.
Okay, so that's exactly when I asked Sam. I said, "What cartoon character would you camp with?" She said Elmer Fudd, and I said.
Because he's always hunting rabbits.
I said, why? Like, why did you pick that one? And she said, because he could kill me a rabbit. We could eat it.
Well, I mean, it's kind of practical thinking. You're hungry. It's protein.
It works. Rabbit's good.
Bugs Bunny.
No.
Why?
Because he is the worst.
Very sarcastic.
He's like the Zach Morris of Looney Tunes.
Wow, you brought up Saved by the Bell. Wow.
He is. He's like arrogant and he's just kind of a dick. And I never liked Bugs Bunny.
All right. Daffy Duck.
I don't think I would be able to understand what he was saying.
No, I think you're thinking Donald Duck. Donald Duck is Disney and he's the guy. Daffy Duck could speak clearly.
No, Daffy Duck is the spitty one.
See, he did say no. Okay, what about Yosemite Sam? Because his name says Yosemite.
Oh, I know, but can you just imagine?
Okay.
I want Yosemite Sam to tell me a ghost story around the campfire.
That'd be fun.
What would that even sound like?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Go.
I don't know. Okay, Foghorn Leghorn.
Again, why do they all have annoying voices?
Okay, how about the Chicken Hawk?
I'm a chicken hawk.
Definitely not the Coyote.
What about Pepe Le Pew? No, nobody wants that kind of energy.
I had one in mind. I was thinking, I would actually risk it. Tasmanian Devil. I think I'd risk it.
He's the cutest. of all the Looney Tunes.
Yeah. I mean, he's unhinged.
But he's adorable.
Okay.
And he'd play with my dogs.
I totally think I'd risk it.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to remove the dog from his mouth a few times. But they'd be best friends.
That's a good one. Chip and Dale?
Yeah. You think about it.
Eh.
They're good at foraging. And they had a show called Rescue Rangers.
They did some rescuing
in the late 90s.
I do remember Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Yeah.
Vanilla ice cream to me.
Okay. Movies. Zoolander.
Hell yeah. We would get lost in the forest and we could only turn left.
I'm pretty sure I would not take him far into a forest. I'd be like, the first campsite at the Texas State Park, please.
Oh my gosh. I would totally go camping with Zoolander. 100%.
What do you think would happen?
And I would go camping with Hans.
Yeah. Yeah, because they should camp together.
Oh my God, it would be so much fun.
What do you think would happen?
I mean,
I would like put them in a canoe and they'd be like paddling in opposite directions.
Here's the thing. If Zoolander can have fun at a gas station.
That was tragic.
It was tragic, but can you imagine how much fun he would create at a campsite?
Yes, with fire and a gas can.
No, okay, we'll take the gas away from him.
Okay.
But he exudes like fun.
Okay.
And I absolutely want to go camping with him.
Do you think he would get the black lung from sitting where the smoke is blowing in his face? Got the black lung.
I think it would be so much fun. I would totally do it.
All right. So we already brought up Ernest. We're going to skip over that. Bill and Ted.
No.
Hard no for me.
Hard no.
I can't. I watched their recent movie recently.
Ooh, why did you do that?
Because I wanted to see why, and I still was like, at the end, I just couldn't believe
you made it to the end.
That. Yeah.
Wow, I'm impressed. I wouldn't go camping with Wayne and Garth. I wouldn't go camping with Bill and Ted. I'm not. No. That just sounds like you'd have to do all the work.
Yeah.
You know? Uh-huh. And they would just be over there getting stoned and listening to music.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd be like, gah.
One of these days, we're going to have to do this episode with SNL characters.
I don't know that many.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Mad Max. You don't know it.
I do know Mad Max.
Okay.
I'm thinking that's a tough one.
Okay. Do you know the new Mad Max or like the original stuff?
I haven't seen the new movies.
Okay, good.
But to be fair, I haven't seen the old movies in a long time.
Okay.
But I have seen them. I understand the concept of it.
Okay. My worry is that if I'm camping with Mad Max is that it would have to be post-apocalyptic camping. Like is the only way that I can get him camping with me is if I'm alive in the post-apocalyptic times.
Can you imagine Mad Max like in an Airstream in like an RV park, like in a KOA?
No, I can't. But I can imagine some really crazy armored, somehow held together with duct tape van down by the river. No, wait. Mad Max had almost no water. It'd have to be in the desert. You're desert camping with Mad Max.
I'm good. I'll pass.
So basically, I could see him in a meth lab RV.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's the situation I see Mad Max camping in.
Oh, yeah. But like with stuff like welded to the sides, like a ton of like canteens and like maybe some guns that stick out.
Sure. And just so much sheet metal just welded
wrapped
on out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rambo? Well, that brings us to Rambo.
Nah.
Man, he's a Green Beret. He knows his stuff.
I don't care. I don't want... He's always so sweaty.
Well, I mean... when I'm outside of no air conditioner, I also am so sweaty.
No, I just know. I don't...
He just needed someone to talk through his problems, Lindsay.
No,
if
that person is not
take
me.
The time and talk to Rambo, it didn't have to go down that way.
That person is probably like Zoolander.
Okay.
I don't want Rambo camping with me. I don't care how resourceful he is.
Imagine Rambo and Zoolander sitting across a campfire just staring at each other.
Tons of content here. Tons. We're just sitting on a gold mine here.
Okay. You ready? I left your nose off.
Your last one cracks me up because the way you wrote it. Just say it.
Mary Poppin without an S.
Mary's poppin'. Oh my goodness.
She popping and locking.
I would 100%, hands down, I can't believe I didn't think of this, camp with Mary Poppins. But I would even more so camp with Bert.
Oh, how about we just bring them both? You know?
Absolutely. Bring them both.
Yeah.
You'd be like jumping into the middle of trees. You would be like singing with woodland creatures.
Laughing with no ceiling, therefore ending up in the stratosphere.
That's my favorite part. Oh, yeah.
There's no roof. What a magical camping trip that would be.
So good.
Yeah. And you would come back a better person somehow.
You would. You would learn like lessons that would carry on with you throughout your life. I'm bringing a kite. I love this. I love this.
I would feed the birds. Toppins.
I mean, and Bert could bring along that one-man band thing.
Yes. Yes, I approve.
Ah, that would be amazing.
Penguins. Bring the penguins.
And the penguins, of course.
This is good.
Okay. I have a question for you.
What do you got?
Which one of the Muppets would you camp with?
Animal.
What? Tasmanian devil, animal? Like, what are you what is that thing?
I see the gold in
called
him.
when you like want pain?
What you want me to say? Snuffleupagus?
Oh,
with those eyelashes.
Yes, he's so sweet. He's not a Muppet. I mean, technically he's a Muppet, but I'm talking about like the Muppets.
The Muppets.
Not like Sesame Street.
I would bring Miss Piggy so I could put her on a spite and roast her over a fire because she drives me nuts. I cannot stand Miss Piggy, but she looks delicious.
You're killing Miss Piggy?
Yes. Day one, I'd be like bringing all the fixins and all, having her carry them into the camper.
Okay, she's annoying, but Kermie is also annoying.
But he sings the song. And if you brought him his guitar and you let him see banjo, you let him bring his banjo, I think he could win you over.
My favorite Muppet is Janice.
Oh, from the band.
Yes.
Is she actually a Muppet?
Yes.
Okay.
She is.
Okay.
And Sam the Eagle is extremely entertaining and extremely patriotic. But he's annoyed by everything, but in a really hilarious way. I think I would just bring the entire Electric Mayhem band.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. But you know who that includes?
Animal.
It does. You're bringing Animal.
Animal. What kind of camper would Animal sleep in? Oh, man.
He may have had a camper at one point in time, but he trashed it. So now he just camps under the stars.
In a holy tent.
Yeah.
What about the cast of Seinfeld?
I don't want to camp with any of them.
Me neither.
They're terrible people.
This is what I thought of. And I was like, okay, at least I could probably camp with Elaine. And then all of a sudden, like, I started like flooding and I was like, oh no, I absolutely don't want to camp with Elaine. Yeah. I don't want to camp with any of them either. All right. That was those are my two questions.
All right. Let's talk brief, quick pivot, but somewhat related. You ready?
No.
Springing this on you.
Yeah, you are.
What characters do your kids most remind you of? I'm thinking on mine too because it's reflexive.
Oh God!
Because you have a boy who's 7 and a girl who's 5. Is she 5 yet?
No, she's about to be 5.
Okay,
she's 4.
And I have a girl who's 7 and a boy who just turned 4.
Okay. Hawk, my boy, reminds me he would be Hey Arnold.
Oh, okay.
Which I know is probably a little bit past your time, but it was a show on Nickelodeon.
It's not past my time. I know Hey Arnold. Football head?
Yeah.
Yeah, because my daughter would probably be Patty Mayonnaise.
Oh, really?
You think? I mean, she's kind of just doing her own thing and smart and kind.
That works. Hey Arnold was, he was the most sensitive male character I can think of. And just kind of wanted to make sure, I mean, I don't know. I think he would be Arnold. I have no Simone. I don't know. The Tasmanian Devil.
So you're bringing Tasmanian Devil every time you go camping.
I don't need another one. I already have one. No, I mean, yeah. Oh gosh, what would she be? She would be. No, she's less Tasmanian Devil. She's more Dot from the Animaniacs.
Yeah.
Like can totally wreak havoc, but also has that like, but look at me, I'm so cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
My 4-year-old, I think he's growing into Goofy's son.
Max.
Yeah. He falls all over himself. He's so awkward. I mean, my son falls a lot and he doesn't know it. He doesn't pick up on it, but he falls a lot.
We just watched a Goofy movie the other day. Like
so did
our
we.
kids.
We did, I think, last week.
Yeah, we like sat down and watched it. It's pretty good.
And the kid is just growing and he's doing the best he can, trying to figure out life, but he's got the Goofy gene and my son has the Goofy gene from me. So he's just a good kid trying to go through life, and the Goofy genetics happen to him.
So that makes you Goofy.
That's fine. I'm going to own it.
You
yoke?
Well, at least you know what you're going to camp in.
They had a tent?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm good with that.
I know.
And I'm going to teach them the secret cast.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Everybody, I have no idea what happened in this episode, but it was actually really fun to throw something together.
I'm so sorry if you didn't enjoy it, but I had fun.
But you know what? This is the sort of thing that turns into a game when you're traveling to a campsite. Someone comes up with something really random and riffs on it, and everyone in the car who can starts riffing on it together. Does
Kurt not see the recording sign?
Oh, here comes Kurt.
It's lit up. It says recording. That means don't walk in.
Is that what that means?
Yeah. I think he can see us on the microphones with the lights on.
But he still walks in. It's amazing. It's incredible.
Kurt, you can come in and be part of this episode.
Do you want a microphone, Kurt? Yeah, that sign right there that says recording. Oh, Lord. We have our own Looney Tunes here.
Would you take the character that is Kurt?
You know what? I've actually gone camping with Kurt before, and it's
he's musical.
It's pretty fun. Would not do again.
Oh, poor guy. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us for this episode of the RV Small Talk podcast. We don't know what we're going to be talking about next week. We're going to consult the oracle that is PJ.
But you could leave a suggestion so we don't wander off into left field like we did this week. If you hate this, then tell us what we should talk about.
Yep.
You can contact us on our Facebook page, RV Small Talk Community. Yep. Get on there. Tell us what you want to hear, what is helpful for you, and we would love to make a podcast out of it.
Yes, absolutely. You know, along with that, I just want to pitch again. Go bother PJ on her Facebook page.
Yeah.
On her what do they call that?
It's her profile page. It's her professional profile page. It's PJ Burger, which is BUERGER. Just search for it. You'll see her cute little picture. Go like her page because that's where you'll get updates on what's happening at Princess Craft, any new walkthrough videos, anything like that. We have so many things to like and subscribe to. We do. Sometimes it's hard to spout them all out to you, but we're just trying to keep you guys connected.
If you want to see some really cool new stuff, I am going with PJ to the Elkhart open house where the manufacturer's coming. So be on the lookout on the Princess Craft YouTube channel. Hopefully I'll get to pop up with just little video exposés on new stuff for 2023 from all kinds of manufacturers, maybe even some that we don't have access to here at Princess Craft.
Yeah.
So that's what my hope is. So go over to the Princess Craft YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit that little bell so you get notifications. That way next week, if I'm able to get these things uploaded while I'm in a hotel, you'll get to see some new stuff as fresh as can be.
New stuff hot out of the oven.
Nothing says loving like RVs hot out of the oven.
Oh, thanks for listening.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.